Alright, LS Vlog. Okay, reaction video tayo mga kaibigan dito sa magdamagan na nangyaring gera sa Israel at pagitan ng Iran. Ito na nga, what night Israel, F-16 land surprise counterback inside Iran. Okay? Ibig sabihin, gumanti ang Israel sa Iran. Okay, ito na mga kaibigan ha.
Welcome to The Journalist. Israel launches retaliatory strikes against Iran as the repercussions of Iran's attack on Israel last Saturday night, with more than 300 kamikaze drones and ballistic missiles continue to reverberate. Israel has fulfilled its revenge rhetoric. U.S. officials confirmed that Israel has launched a military operation against Iran. Israel warned the Biden administration early Thursday that an attack would take place in the next 24 to 48 hours, officials said. The Israelis assured their U.S. counterparts that Iran's nuclear facilities would not be targeted. The Israeli missile strike targeted a site in Iran a few hours ago. Despite calls for restraint from the U.S., the U.K., Turkey, France, Germany, Canada, and other leading countries around the world, and despite U.S. President Joe Biden's personal warning to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to carry out any attack. The report came shortly after local sources reported explosions early Friday morning in the central Iranian city of Isfahan, the southern Syrian governorate of As-Suwaida, the Baghdad region, and the Iraqi governorate of Babylon. The explosions, particularly in Iran, have caused a stir. According to initial reports from the region, explosions were reported in Tehran, Fordo, Arak, Natanz, Karg Island, Bushehr, Bandar Abbas, and Isfahan in Iran. Videos reportedly coming from Isfahan show that Iran's air defenses are very active in the region's airspace. Iran's semi-official Fars news agency reported that an explosion was heard in Kajavaristan, east of Isfahan, and near Isfahan International Airport. Fars emphasized that the cause of the explosion is not yet known. IRNA said defenses opened fire in several provinces. No details were given on what caused the batteries to fire, but people in the area reported hearing the sounds. Iranian state media is reporting that tonight's Israeli Air Force airstrike may have targeted the Iranian Air Force's 8th Tactical Air Base inside Isfahan International Airport, which contains multiple squadrons of F-14 Tomcat fighter jets. Flight trackers showed that many flights bound for Iran turned back, and a total of 8 aircraft, including several Emirati flights, deviated from their planned routes. Shortly after the alleged Israeli missile strikes were reported, Florida Senator Marco Rubio commented that Israel has the capability to attack targets inside Iran from aircraft over Syrian and Iraqi airspace without entering Iranian airspace. Based on this comment, we can also infer that Israel's attack was with the knowledge of the United States. Of course, as we are preparing this video, there has been no official statement from the U.S. administration yet. The explosions came after Israel vowed to respond to an Iranian drone and missile attack on Israel on Saturday night. The Iranian strike came in
response Saturday night, Friday pa lang ngayon Saturday night siguro sa ibang Okay, continue.
Response to an Israeli airstrike that targeted a building next to the Iranian embassy in Damascus and allegedly killed Mohammad Reza Zahedi, a senior Revolutionary Guards commander in charge of Iran's operations in Syria and Lebanon. The city of Gaza-Worston, which was attacked by Israel, is located near Isfahan Airport and near the 8th Fighter Base of the Army Air Force.
Wala nang tigil ito mga kaibigan. Gira na talaga ito. Mapunta na ito sa World War III yata, siguro. Damay ang Pinoy dito kasi daming Pinoy dyan sa Iran at saka sa Israel. Nagtatrabaho. Nakpo. Continue lang Continue lang natin mga kaibigan itong pag-reaction natin.
Indicating that the main target of the Israeli attack was the Revolutionary Guards. Iranian Press TV also reported that an explosion was heard near the center of the city, but the cause of the explosion is not yet known. In addition, according to local sources, the airstrikes also targeted Syrian army radar sites between Karda and Isra in the southern Syrian province of Darai. Residents in the Iraqi cities of Erbil and Mosul also reported hearing the sound of warplanes in the early hours of Friday morning.
Okay, continue lang
A few hours earlier, Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian warned Israel against any military action against Iran, Amir Abdollahian said that in the event that the Israeli regime again engages in adventurism and takes actions against Iran's interests, our next reaction will be immediate and maximum. Referring to the apparent Israeli attack on the embassy complex in Damascus, Syria, the foreign minister said Iran sincerely hopes that Israel will not repeat the previous terrible mistake. Our response through the Swiss embassy in Tehran will be decisive, Amir Abdollahian said. We have made an announcement to the White House. We have sent a message to the White House and the Washington, D.C. administration and reiterated that if the Israeli regime makes the grave mistake once again, our response will be decisive, and regrettable. Amir Abdollahian also said that the missiles and drones fired by Iran at Israel on Saturday were in response to Israel's suspicious attacks and remained within the minimum frameworks, adding that the goal was to take equal action and allow everyone. Amir Abdollahian concluded, "It is known that we have the ability to respond." However, he warned that if Israel chooses to retaliate, our next response will be immediate and maximum. The news of the attack, which came a few hours after Minister Amir Abdollahian's remarks, shows that Israel has not heeded any of the U.S. warnings. According to information coming from the Iranian side, Iran has activated its air defense systems in many critical cities. Iranian state media, citing an Iranian official, reported that flights out of many Iranian airports have been canceled. In an interview with the state news agency, the public relations director of an Iranian airport company announced that all flights to Tehran, Isfahan, and Shiraz have already been suspended. There are also reports that the Iranian Air Force has been involved in a dogfight with Israeli jets over Iranian airspace. Citing Tehran's aging Air Force and indigenous air defense systems based on outdated Russian models, experts say that should Israel decide to retaliate directly for Saturday night's unprecedented salvo of drones and missiles, it would have little problem hitting targets inside Iran. Brigadier General Zvika Haimovich, former head of IAF Air Defense, says Iran is a superpower in tactical ballistic missiles and drones. Air defense is another issue. Iran's air defense is largely built around the Russian S-200.
Kahit anong lakas ng bansa mo, kung wala kang ayon doon, pag ginantihan ka ng Israel, ayun, tinira ka ng Israel, yung Iran, pasok ng pasok yan. Samantalang ang Iran, pag nag-fire ng missile sa Israel, sasalubungan ng Iron Dome. Yun ang pagkakaiba. Okay? Kaya medyo lamang ang Israel dito. Kasi ang Iran yata walang Iron Dome eh.
And S-300 anti-aircraft missile systems, or their locally produced equivalents, such as the Bavar 373, Khordad, Rad, Sayyad, and Talash, as well as older American and S-300 anti-aircraft missile systems. Some of them date back to the reign of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi in the 1970s, but Iran continues to use them effectively. Similar systems have been in use in Syria since 2015, giving Israeli pilots years of experience in dealing with them. Brigadier General Zvika Haimovich, our Air Force and coalition air forces have flown in this environment. They know how to deal effectively with this system. I will defer to them, but that will not be the real challenge with Iran.
Talaga naman mga kaibigan. Continue lang natin itong pag-reaction natin na talaga namang ibang klase mga kaibigan, girang-gira na.
Independent analysts say the real challenge for Israel may not be evading Iranian surface-to-air missiles, but successfully striking military bases in western and southern Iran. Israeli aircraft, such as the stealthy F-35 jets that can evade Iran's air defense networks, usually carry smaller munitions, an analyst said. But against deeply buried targets, larger munitions may be needed, which means they may need to be carried externally on aircraft like the F-16, making them more detectable by radars. From a security perspective, pilots may be more likely to launch them from further away. The Iranian air defense network is certainly not impenetrable for these aircraft, but it increases the risk of loss and increases Iran's capacity, at least in theory, to intercept some of the incoming munitions surges, the analyst said, warning that Israel could suffer losses. Israel and its allies shot down the vast majority of the more than 300 drones and missiles fired at Israel overnight from Saturday through Sunday morning, with the attack causing only one injury. Since Saturday night, there have been fears of an Israeli retaliation, And tonight, those fears were realized. We will watch and see what the coming days will show us in this dark and hazy atmosphere of the Middle East. So, what do you think about this issue? Please share your thoughts in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to be informed about new videos. Thank you for watching us.
Okay, alright. Tapos na mga kaibigan na ito na nga, ang Iran at saka Israel ay patuloy pa rin sa gera. Okay? Simple lang ito. Explain lang natin ha. F-16 land surprise counter truck inside Iran. Okay? Ibig sabihin dito ay ang Israel ay gumante pabalik dito sa Iran. Okay? May lang yon sa Tagalog. Okay? Hanggang dito na lang mga kaibigan at subscribe my channel. Don't forget, comment. Bye-bye. Thank you.